morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on not just another channel, Camnet TV. I'm your host. My name is Precious Mzea Sakalej. It's good to be not alone on set. I'm with my co-host, Liseli Kanyanga Mubanga.
Why are you attaching a rhythm to my name?
I don't know. It just felt right.
How are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You don't look awake.
I am very much awake. I know it's a morning. I'm not a morning
You didn't
person.
have that playlist today?
No. I needed it. I definitely needed it, but I think I forgot because I was rushing here. I actually came earlier than all of you people.
You don't have proof, but okay, yeah. How has been your week? What are you up to?
My week was great. Can't complain. God has been good. And yourself?
Thank him. It's been good. That's all I can say. It's been a good week.
You were on leave. You were not around. Last week I was alone.
It's okay.
I'm sure you had fun.
I didn't want to.
Wherever it is that you went.
Isaac and
Whether it was in the diaspora, whether it was within, only God knows where you ran off to.
Okay. I just needed some fresh air and a new start. So yeah, I'm good now. I'm okay.
Great.
I'm great. Yeah.
What do we have on the program today?
We have a lot of stuff really packed for you, and we have so much stuff that was going on just in the course of this week. Kambwili apologizing to the head of state, ECZ saying no grade 12 certificate, no parliamentary office, looking forward to the 2021 12th general election and stuff. So before we quickly get into what we have for you today, I think we can take a break, and then after that we can get into it.
Welcome to our morning boost. I am Isaac Machisa and I'm back, and let's do something quick now. I need that. Let's go. One each. Just 5 minutes every morning. You're good to go. Let's go. One knee each. Two knees now. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2 knees each. Two each. 2. And back here, march. Let's march. Let's go. Let's go. Go. Let's go. And we're gonna do a little bit of abs today. A bit of abs. Let's go. Steady, stretch. All right. Let's do a bit of abs now. Okay. Let's see how many we can do. So I'm gonna lie down here. Join me. Come with me. Ready? No more crunch. Imagine you have a coin here. So you need to lift your head. Go. 10, take a break. 10 seconds, 20, no, not 20, 10 or 5 or 15 maximum. Let's go another 10. Let's go. 21. Okay, so let's do abs now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. 20. 30. So remember, I need to be taking some breaks in between, but I need a straight 30. After 10 abs, take a 10 seconds break or 15. Let me give you my last 10. Let's go. 10, 9, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So try that, and it's gonna work good for you. Let's go. So that was for the abs. You do that, then I'm gonna introduce another workout, then we'll be signing out soon. Okay, so relax your muscles, and there we go again now. Let's work on the bats now. So I'll do 10 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next workout, straight. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And good morning. Have a great day. This has been Isaac Matsa, and I'm gonna see you next week at the same time. Remember always to have a morning boost before you go out for the day. Thanks.
We're still on the Rise and Thrive breakfast show right here on Camnet TV, not just another channel. That was the morning boost. I hope you got your muscles stretching, your legs, your arms, and you're feeling refreshed. If I were you, if I was at home, I think I would make it a point every Saturday morning to get some exercise from a professional, because it's very important. It prevents a lot of diseases, heart complications, and a whole lot more other issues. And just keeping fit, like Precious had earlier mentioned, we have a fun, entertaining, educative program that is lined up for you, and a lot happened during the course of this week, and we will get right into it. For those of you that missed the NDC fraction of Chishimba Kambwili, he actually apologized to the Patriotic Front and wants to be a part of the party. Maybe we can get right into that clip so that we get updated with what was happening during the week.
The embattled National Democratic Congress leader can no longer contain the pressure coming from his court cases. Among them, a case he alleged that the presidential plane is used to courier drugs, now leaving him with no other option but to apologize for uttering such a statement. Dr. Chishimba Kambwili has this morning, the 18th of March 2021, unreservedly apologized to President Edgar Lungu and Lusaka businessman Mr. Vauden Findlay for his alleged statement that they were dealing in drugs.
My prayer is that His Excellency Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu and Mr. Vauden Findlay find it in their hearts to forgive me. I am, however, reminded by a Zambian singer, Ephraim, song, Ndimuntu Fie, Limoli Munaine, Ganaka.
Meanwhile, Dr. Kambuli has called for reconciliation with the head of state, saying his unwarranted attacks on President Lungu has led to tension in the country.
I tender this my apology without any prejudice or malice. In conclusion, let me inform the general membership of the NDC and the nation at large that at an appropriate time they will be told the NDC's next political direction after the failed alliance with the NDC. In the meantime, the disciplinary committee handling the cases for the suspended officials will be sitting tomorrow to decide their fate.
Getting back to the year 2019, Dr. Kambuli at his residence in Woodlands held a press briefing where he said these allegations.
He has mentioned Findlay as one of the drug dealers in the southern region. And I am very sure that this report from America has reached your desk, Your Excellency the President, that you have continued associating and moving with the Bowden Findlay.
However, these allegations did not go well with some members of the public, among them new Congress Party leader Peter Chanda, who took up the stance to sue the NDC leader for defamation of the president. Fast forward to the 16th of March 2021, Dr. Kambuli told the Lusaka Magistrate Court that he can never defame President Edgar Lungu as he was his president, appearing before Magistrate Felix Kauma in a case where he is accused of having said President Edgar Lungu, through businessman Bowden Findlay, uses the presidential plan to courier drugs. Dr. Kambuli explained that he merely commented on the matter following requests from members of the public. Now, is Dr. Kambuli's apology a way of telling those who sued him to drop the charge against him? For now, the country can wait and see what the court's outcome will be when he makes his next court appearance. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, quite interesting revelations there coming from the NDC fraction leader. You know, it's confusing, eh?
It is very confusing. And you know, I have there's so many things I was observing during the press briefing, which was held in Luansha, his residence. Dr. Kambuli never at any point reads a speech during his press briefing.
I was actually talking to one of our colleagues yesterday concerning the same thing. Like, you know, he's always a freelancer. He's one of those outspoken people that just go head on and he speaks his mind. And it was the first time that we actually saw Dr. Kambuli reading a written speech. Maybe he didn't want to go off script. He wanted to stick to what his heart was telling him to do, which was to apologize to the head of state concerning his utterances. He called the president a drug lord, a drug dealer.
And also, he said the presidential plan
is being used to
carry and smuggle drugs because he knows, or he said they're friends with the businessman
Mr. Findlay.
Mr. Bowden Findlay. Now, I am impressed. Okay, considering the fact that we are heading towards the 2021 general elections, him apologizing now is like he wants to make peace before a new chapter. So for me, I was impressed, and I was impressed that he read a speech. Like, I don't know if it was word by word, but you could literally tell that he's reading what was written, and he didn't even waste much time. He went straight to the point, apologizing, and that he wasn't sure with the raw information that got to him because he's a politician, so he took advantage. So now we are wondering since the case is in court, if they're going to enter a nolle prosequi, or if I don't know what's going to happen. So we wait to hear after that apology. I'm still impressed. I'm impressed that Dr. Kambuli actually apologized.
Well, our phone lines are open and you can get to us on the number 0968675273. That's 0968675273. And let's have your opinion on the happenings during the week. It was definitely quite interesting. One of the other issues that came up was the fact that ECZ emphasized the point that a grade 12 certificate is a must that each and every aspiring candidate should possess in order for them to be eligible to be on the ballot in the 2021 August election.
Very
so
interesting.
Let's have that clip and then we'll be able to give you a background of where that is coming from.
Debates have continued to emerge on what constitutes a grade 12 certificate for those aspiring to contest in the forthcoming August general elections. Following the guidance by the Constitutional Court in the case of Biswell Newton Nkunika versus Lawrence Nyirenda and the Electoral Commission of Zambia of 2019 relating to the interpretation of the term grade 12 certificate or its equivalent under Article 71D of the Constitution of Zambia. The Electoral Commission of Zambia says it will not accept tertiary qualification from aspiring candidates in the forthcoming general elections. ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Patrick Shindano says qualifications from tertiary institutions such as trade certificates, diploma or university degree are not equivalent to a grade 12 certificate and therefore will not be separately accepted without a grade 12 certificate.
A tertiary, vocational, craft, trade or apprenticeship certificate is not equivalent to a grade 12 certificate. This is school certificate as it is not comparable in value, amount, meaning, and functions to a grade 12 certificate. For purposes of the 2021 general elections, all candidates will be required to have their grade 12 certificates or equivalent validated by the Examination Council of Zambia or the Zambia Qualifications Authority, ZACA. Take note that the qualifications from tertiary institutions, such as trade certificates, diploma, or university degree are not equivalent to a grade 12 certificate.
Meanwhile, the Commission has tasked institutions mandated to regulate premature campaigns to deal with all perpetuators of the law.
With the political parties, to ensure that they do not engage in premature campaigns until the Commission, as the mandate, announces, as highlighted in our electoral calendar, all other activities that are outside the electoral calendar, unfortunately, not fall under the jurisdiction of the Commission. And we expect that other government agencies that are mandated to regulate and manage such activities.
And Examination Council of Zambia Director Michael Chilala says the council is prepared to curb all forms of corruption practices and submissions of fake results during the process of verification.
Right, that for you to obtain a school certificate, there are two ways. You pass 6 subjects, including English, and in passing, you can even have grade 8, it's a pass. You pass 6 subjects, including English, but one of the 6 must be at credit or better. So if you have 6 subjects, and then these 6 subjects should include English, and one of the 6 must be at credit or better, then you have a school certificate.
The Electoral Commission has revised its electoral calendar to accommodate the provision of the dissolution of Parliament, which has been set for 4th May 2021. The general elections are an important aspect of the governing system, and the need to ensure that the elections are conducted in a transparency manner is cardinal to determining the future of the country. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, very interesting, and also I think it's like they re-emphasize on the grade 12 certificate. Now, the question that we're asking is, for them coming back and telling us this, is it because, do we have some members of parliament that don't have grade 12 certificates that hold office?
Maybe let's get to where this is actually coming from.
Yeah.
Well, that was last year. Lundazi Central independent member of parliament, Lawrence Nyirenda, who is accused of not having a full grade 12 certificate, has insisted that he was allowed to contest the 2016 parliamentary elections because the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, was satisfied with his qualifications. Nyirenda submitted to the Constitutional Court that the law does not specify the grades of the grade 12 certificate and its equivalent. In this matter, Lundazi Central losing independent candidate Conwell Bizwayo has petitioned the Constitutional Court to declare the parliamentary seat vacant, alleging that the current independent member of parliament does not hold a full grade 12 certificate. So this was actually last year, and a year later the Constitutional Court has clarified and made it clear that a school certificate must have 5 O-levels credit or better, and anything below does not qualify to be a grade 12 certificate, further explaining that college and university degrees are not grade 12 school certificates and not needed in this case.
So what happens to those that don't have grade 12 certificates?
Maybe we needed clarification.
I think
maybe this is the clarification that was needed,
yeah.
And it's been given, and a guide has been given. So have you noticed that there has been a reduction in some people that actually wanted to aspire for? They withdrew. I've noticed that even on social media. I was following a number of people that were aspiring to hold parliamentary offices, whether independent and vying on different tickets. They have just taken a few back steps. So should we assume, is it because of this thing?
We didn't understand, because it's not in 1 or 2 cases where that had happened. So many cases, not even forgetting the MDC held their convention, and one of their, Mr. Elias Piri, if I'm not mistaken is the surname, actually withdrew just a few days before the elections, and Mr. Mutati actually won the presidential seat. So now I'm thinking there's so many things, such things that have been happening, especially in political parties. Maybe it's because of that. So they were told before it all came out from ECZ to say, unfortunately, we cannot allow you to hold this seat or get your what do you call it, application as an aspiring candidate, because you don't have a grade 12 certificate.
But then where was the loophole? Because we have a situation where someone held office and they did not possess 5 credits or better.
In their defense,
just
from what you're reading, in
ignorance,
their defense,
the law says that ignorance is no defense. There is no way I am going to kill you today and say, no, I didn't know that murder is a crime under the Constitution.
They've got other certificates from other institutions, which
the ECZ and the Constitutional Court has clarified that does not. It doesn't carry any water, because the fact that whether you have tertiary education, the fact that you don't have a grade 12 certificate in that particular aspect, you don't qualify to hold a seat in parliament. The number that you are getting us on is 0968675273. Let's have your contribution. Where did we go wrong? Were there loopholes? Was it a misunderstanding concerning this issue? Because it's not a law that was made today. It's something that has been there from time immemorial, but maybe it was overlooked, but then how?
That's a very good question. How was it overlooked? Because, my concern right now,
or maybe even ECZ did not understand the interpretation of the law.
No,
that's why they needed clarification from the Constitutional Court. Because they are the ones who received and accepted that person was vying on that political party's ticket and was actually put on the ballot paper without having the necessary qualifications.
That's what I'm saying. In their defense, even if for example I'm vying for a certain office and I'm bringing my school certificate, GCE, Okay, because if you don't meet the
requirements,
the requirements, you get, it's the GCE that we're talking about. And then I've got these other universities or a college that actually accepted because that was okay for them, and I had an opportunity to actually study a certain course. I come to ECZ, I'm vying for this office, I bring in my application, they accept, and I get the seat. It's not my fault because they overlooked that. So now I'm thinking, how many members of parliament that were or are in such a situation, and what's going to happen to them? Are we going to say the seats are now vacant because they don't have grade 12 certificate, or maybe are you going to let them finish the term and then maybe the next bunch is the one you will be very strict, which is very unprofessional, I would say.
We'll get to see what happens with time.
I'm looking forward to that.
August is very soon.
It's August, so
yeah,
maybe they will. But that's very unprofessional. Whereby Nakuza said that when coming to my house, okay, bad example, but just saying, when coming to my house, he said, you should come Nishwa Dielat. Should come Nishwa Dielat. Then each day, or maybe the continuous 3 days that you come to my house and you haven't eaten and I give you food, and then I come back to say, no, Liseli, I told you when you're coming to my house, if you come and you haven't eaten, I cook for you. Are you going to take me serious?
Of course not.
There we go.
Well, it's the same. Even because the law says that in order for you to vie for the office of president, you need to be 35 years and above. So at my age now, I'm not yet 35. And then I file in my nomination under a political party, and then I am accepted. And then later my relatives say, but Lisel is not yet 35 years old. How come?
And then now you start saying, oh, it says.
And then also I think what has contributed to, because you would wonder how a person with no grade 12 certificate can possess a higher qualification than the grade 12 certificate. Maybe it can be attributed to the number of a lot of colleges and universities. Yeah, and even the pretext of saying, oh no, I'm going to go to college and then I'm going to be rewriting while I'm attaining a certain level of tertiary education. It's complicated.
I'm very
upset. It's not even complicated, it's straightforward, but I think we've made it complicated.
I'm very upset. First of all, Imwaniuza Mwakamba tsiufu nikongala na grade 12 certificates. Then nabwera maybe napa some subjects yani 4. Nachita filing nomination as aspiring candidate for a certain seat. I do my campaigns, which is a lot of money. I do my campaigns and I get the seat.
They are lucky.
And then you come back to me.
No, they are lucky because we haven't yet gotten to that level. So now we've sieved.
Cleaning
the earlier the better.
Because we're headed to August.
Yes, and campaign period is 2 months. Is it 90 days before? 3 months?
They're going to cut it because of the budget.
Oh yes, so that's 2 months before. So 60 days campaign period before the actual election. So sieving has taken place.
And English is a must on those.
Why are you emphasizing about the English?
Because, not that I'm looking down on some members of parliament that can't express themselves fluent in English when it's time for question and answer in parliament, but it is just...
Let's not get to that. You know, there are certain times when you're watching parliament and then you see somebody raising a point of order or something, and then you're seeing them for the first time and you're like, that's a member of parliament. Like, there are some people who throughout, they never say anything in parliament. They're always the ones who are saying, hey.
But anyways, for now we take a break. We've got a full packed show for you, and we're just asking, in case you are that citizen or maybe person that doesn't have access to certain information. Yes, there are some members of parliament that actually don't have a grade 12 certificate, but what are we going to do to them? Because I can't ask the question now, do you think there are some members of parliament or individuals that don't have
the chances are there.
The chances is that they're there, but what are we going to do to them?
0968675273, 0968675273. You can catch us on Facebook as well. We are live. Mention a friend to mention a friend, and also drop your comment. We would love to hear from you. For now, we'll take a quick break and then we'll be back on the other side.
I'm Ambassador Frank Mutawila. My 50 years journey in the media has now taken me to Camnet television. I'm very excited to join this amazing inner family. The importance of governance issues cannot be overemphasized. Every Tuesday at 20:45, I'll be going under the skin of a governance issue with my guest. I'll be interrogating the guest so that you can make an informed decision. I'll be coming on every Tuesday at 20:45 with Frank on Camnet.
Zambia, your time of spiritual revival and awakening is now. Once again, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chilua invites the nation of Zambia to a 2-day conference on the order of Melchizedek with Dr. Francis Miles. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Dates, 19th and 20th of March 2021. Saturday 14 hours to 18 hours. Sunday 09 hours to 12 hours. Make a date with us.
Hello, I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. The number you're calling us on is 0968675273, 0968675273, and we were just talking about we've spoken about a lot of things, as Chishimba Kambwili actually apologizing to the head of state, and also the ECZ re-emphasizing the fact that you need to have a grade 12 certificate for you to hold a parliamentary seat. So now the question is, what is going to happen to the members of parliament that actually hold parliamentary seats and they don't have a grade 12 certificate? And also on the other side, a dark cloud, I would say, had spazzed on They're Africa. Still in the phase.
Still in the phase, eh? We lost a very, very
vocal, controversial,
vibrant,
revolutionary,
hard-working president, John Pombe Magufuli, who died at 61, and yeah, it was sad. I actually got a call from my father to confirm if it's true or not.
Yes, I mean, one of these business Tanzanian groups, and I knew it was gospel truth when they started passing their condolences and whatnot. It's really a sad development. I always wonder why, revolutionary leaders don't last in Africa. And I was asking myself a question to say, it's very rare that leaders like him actually live to see and taste their works, people who, you know, are bent on making a difference. Because he was a leader that really fought for his people. He's a leader like the former Republican President Rupiah Banda had mentioned, to say, you know, he really loved his country, and you could see it from the drastic measures that he actually put in place in Tanzania.
The time he became president.
He was quite controversial, but at the end of the day, you could see the fruit of his labor. And we just hope that the country continues on its trajectory to become a better country. So maybe we get into that clip so that we get more details.
Yeah.
And of course, Samia Suluhu Hassan becomes the first female president both in Tanzania and in the East African region. But we want now to take a look at Africa's previous female presidents. Now, in 1993 to 1994, we had Sylvie Kinigi, who was a caretaker president of Burundi following the killing of Melchior Ndadaye. In 2006, from 2006 to 2018, a 12-year rule, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, elected president of Liberia, and of course, her rule is one that was one of the most authoritative known in the continent. And in 2009, Rose Francine Rogombe was the interim president of Gabon following the death of Omar Bongo. In 2012, Monique Ohsan Belepo, acting president of Mauritius, after the resignation of Sir Anawood Jugnoth, and from 2012 to 2014, a 2-year rule, Joyce Banda, president of Malawi, after the death of Bingu wa Mutharika. Another 2-year rule from 2014 to 2016 was that of Catherine Samba Panza, transitional president of Central African Republic, who was elected by their parliament. And from 2015 to 2018, in Mauritius, Amina Gurib-Fakim was elected president of Mauritius by their parliament. And also in 2018, just neighboring country of Ethiopia, we saw Sahle-Work Zewde elected as president of Ethiopia by their parliament. Just looking at the previous female presidents in Africa in light of this very historic moment within the East African region.
Well, that was a clip just showing the past female presidents in Africa, and it's coming from the fact that John Magufuli, the president of Tanzania, passed away at age 61. We were just talking about how what type of a leader he was, and how much he loved his people, and how much he loved the country at large and Africa, and was really fighting, you know, to get rid of certain norms, per se, concerning colonialism, the after effects and whatnot. I don't think he was the favorite of many.
I don't think when you're a president, you actually need to fight for favoritism when it comes to certain
No, I mean
people.
from the Western world.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Definitely he wasn't. But then a funeral is funeral. Death is death. People might not talk to you or be in bad relation with you, but after death they'll actually be remorseful that they didn't get a chance to actually make peace with you. And also that clip came in line with the fact that Tanzania will have their first female president, who's Samia Hassan Suluhu, who's going to run the country up until their next election,
which is
in
2025.
So we're just looking at past female presidents that we've had in Africa, and I would say it's not a surprise. We're having now female vice presidents, so there's a possibility of actually having. We're this close to having.
We are getting there. We are
like
definitely
when the
getting
country can decide during general election to say, now we want a female president. So, yeah.
We are definitely getting there, and we hope to see a lot more.
We hope to see a whole lot more and stuff like that. And now I was supposed to do this at the beginning of the show, but then I don't know what happened just because we're rushing all over the place. What is your ideal breakfast?
Trust me, you don't want to know.
No, like what is your...
The one that will get me in motion.
The one that would be like...
Rice and sour milk, and I'm good to go. Shocker, right?
breakfast?
Yes. I can have rice and sour milk for breakfast. I can have rice and sour milk for lunch, and then supper I can have shima and sour milk.
That's nice.
You didn't expect to hear that, right?
I don't know why Elijah is looking at me like that. I was expecting me to say... For me, it's anything that will actually help me run the day.
Yeah, for me, that my stomach is good to go. I can even have my lunch like at 15, as long as I've had my rice and sour milk. I don't know. And it's so funny. Like even with my shima and sour milk, I can't eat with a spoon unless I'm at someone's house. Like it just tastes differently. That's like... I shouldn't even be saying this on television, but I'm serious.
No,
I'm dead serious.
I
can't.
you.
Like with a spoon, I can't have my shima and sour milk. I would rather use my hands.
When you pass an amando, I think I'll actually try. It's been a while when I tried that because
no, I can't. Like it just tastes different. The spoon just takes the flavor away, and you know the
For me, I love cornflakes in the morning.
No,
but when I get a
don't
chance
do
to
anything
eat in shima,
for me.
When I get a chance to eat in shima, like it goes down. Or I'll have like 3 bananas. Then I'm good because I have issues eating in the morning. The only time I get to have the only time I get to feel like I need to eat is like after 9 or after 10. That is good for me. But anyway, we got into that conversation because we have the Rise and Thrive BF, the Rise and Thrive breakfast. So let's take a look at this clip and then we continue with the conversation on the other side as we get ready to have one of our Zambian artists who is popularly known as Roberto, but his real name is Robert Banda, and he will just be telling us more on his I would say project where he
humanitarian
donated
work.
Yes, humanitarian work where he donated 500,000 kwacha to school leavers to go and study abroad. And then later on, we'll be having one of Zambia's representative at Top Model World. Okay, and she was the 4th runner-up. So we'll be getting into details on that. But for now, we just get into the Rise and Thrive breakfast, and we'll continue with the conversation on the other side. Okay, welcome back. That was the Rise and Thrive breakfast show, and they were making pancakes. So the ingredients were banana, milk, some vinegar for some taste, some salt, eggs, blend in, and then drop it on your pan with some butter or cooking oil, whichever you prefer, and use some honey or some special sauce that you have to have it with. We had a very interesting conversation on the other side.
Which we are not getting to.
I asked a very simple question. Listen, do you know how to make pancakes?
Then I said, yes, I do, but why should I suffer? Because there's...
Starting from scratch with
yes, why should I suffer to get all the ingredients when it's already made for me in a packet? They're already the easy mix, and I can make the pancakes.
But don't you think like
it's more nutritious? Yes,
it's fun. Like when you start with your own ingredients, like, and then you mix them up, and then you're good to go. But then, yeah, the other conversation won't actually get into it. No, but in case you've just joined us, you are live on the Rise and Thrive breakfast show on not just another channel, which is Camnet TV, and our conversation was. We are actually talking about the current statement that came from ECZ, which stated that if you don't have a grade 12 certificate, then you cannot hold a parliamentary seat. So the number that you're calling us on to contribute on that conversation is 0968675273, 0968675273, and then you can also come into our Facebook platform. We had asked the question, but then we had expanded our conversation. We were asking a question to say, do you think there are some individuals that actually don't have a grade 12 certificate but hold a parliamentary seat? And the answer is yes. Now I come back to the question asking, what do you think needs to be done to such MPs? But we're headed towards
who
the
have
general
served,
elections.
mind you, 5 years in office without being qualified to hold certain positions, which is the parliamentary seat. Was it the minister's fault who stayed in office after they were not supposed to? But haven't they paid?
So what, you're going to fine them for all the money?
I don't know. We'll get to that.
Saying also. Wow.
But they paid. The law is the law. The law is the law. It's standard for everybody. Maybe what we need to do in moving forward, certain amendments of the constitution, we need to be able to see the loops. We need to be able to foresee certain situations, to say, okay, fine, with the cyber security and cyber crimes bill that has been put in place, there's this clause. What are the implications of this clause? If I use this to my favor, what does it mean? You know, people need to sit down and analyze certain things to avoid situations like this.
And more sensitization needs to be done when such things happen.
Because it's always been there, it's always been standard. It's there in civic education. Civics.
Okay, so our Zoom call is ready. Like I mentioned earlier, we will be having a conversation with Robert Banda, popularly known as Roberto, who just donated an amount of 500,000 kwacha to school leavers to go and study abroad. Hey Roberto, good morning. We are all right. We're unable to hear him. So now, are you able to hear us?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Really happy to be here.
Yes, so now we would like to find out more on the humanitarian project that you're actually currently working on. You donating a sum of 500,000 kwacha to school leavers to go and study abroad. What triggered that decision?
First and foremost, thank you for giving me the platform to get to share my side of the story. Education for me is something that is truly cardinal and very important. And I've been able to complete my grade 12. I was able to go to college, university, and being able to be where I am today comes with the advantages of having to pass through that entire state of learning and seeing the importance of education. So through the years, I think I might not be the only artist that has received messages from different people asking for assistance. Others are asking for assistance regarding their children. Others it's just themselves and they want to finish paying school fees. And it's something that really triggered everything, because I thought maybe this is a perfect opportunity for me to assist somebody somewhere, because the truthful knowledge is that a lot of people do want to pursue their careers in different fields, but then the one big challenge that is always there are the resources, the finances for them to pursue their careers. So it is something that I had, it was a crazy decision, if I may say, because I had saved up some money for a number of collaborations and other projects that I wanted to undertake in the next coming few years. And I felt it was just really the perfect time to donate the money to an institution that will really get to assist different people across the country.
Okay, great. Listen, you have any questions?
Well, I just want to applaud him because we have so many people that have more than enough. Or maybe, for lack of a better term, not say more than enough, but a privilege to be able to have certain money. And it's not every day that we see people actually want to share with people that do not have. So I applaud you. And
thank you.
May God bless you for such an initiative. And definitely it will get back to you tenfold more.
Yeah, giving back to the community, you probably get more in return. And also, you being the superstar, Roberto Amarula, the superstar, are you doing this project alone? Considering the fact that you have won quite a number of awards in 2020, I'd say you won the most awards in 2020 in these previous years that we can go back to. And also, not forgetting, you also got an award from YouTube, Appreciation Award. I'm sure it came with some tokens, But in this project, are you doing it alone, or maybe you've got other partners that are actually doing this with you?
Well, my forthcoming project, I have been privileged to, number one, work with an amazing team. Now, that make up Team Roberto. I wouldn't be able to do everything that I'm doing alone. And most recently, got into a partnership with Top Time Multimedia. And I am really thrilled to see that we have different institutions in the country that are now getting to see the value of Zambian music and Zambian arts in general. If you look around, you notice how a lot of our corporate institutions are now believing in the Zambian brand. And this is something that is really exciting, and it's at an exciting time because now we get to see the value of brand power, brand visibility, billboards everywhere with Zambian artists and different actors and that sort of thing. And I feel like it's a perfect time to drive forward and ensure that even our content as artists is rich and basically represents the true culture and ethnicity of our country. So for me, all the projects that I'm working on, I want to see how best I can involve my fellow Zambian artists and corporates. And it's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to more. 2021 is a great year for Roberto, so yeah, I hope you guys are ready because there's going to be some crazy fire projects coming up.
We are definitely ready. So now, so this is going to be a continuous, it's just not now that you've donated that certain amount of money to school leavers to go and study abroad. So it's going to be something that will keep on going, or it's just a one-off project?
Well, I'm praying to God that in the near future I have extra resources to help different people. And just a point of correction, it's just not for them to go and study abroad. Canon Group International is an institution that also works with local institutions. So it is something that favors those that want to study within the country and those that want to go and study in Poland or the Czech Republic. Because I believe that it's important for us to also look at our local institutions that are quite all right and quite equivalently getting to produce great results from some of the students that are going there and studying there. So we do not want to only think of it as an international program, but it is also one that is getting to look at the local institutions as well. So in the near future, I'm hoping, if God blesses me with some extra finances, I can help out those that are, having challenges sending school kids to primary school, to secondary school, because this is something that I would love to do more often. But like I said, this is all coming from the savings that I had for some of the projects that I wanted to undertake. So yeah, in the near future, should I have even just 10,000 kwacha or 20,000 kwacha, I'd be more than delighted to help a family somewhere, because I know probably that will go along.
Okay, before we let you go, what are your closing remarks?
Well, I'm just really thankful to God for life and being able to be here. We have lost some great friends along the way, some from COVID, others from road accidents, others from just health issues. But I'm really thankful to be here today, to be able to make a difference in other people's lifestyles. And I'm hoping that I can do more in the future. And I also want to thank you for granting me this opportunity to be here. I'm excited about tonight. I'm having a media launch for my brand new project. So yeah, I have some butterflies, but yeah, it's so great.
all the best during your launch tonight. And also thank you so much for creating time, considering the fact that you have another interview coming through at 9, but we appreciate that you actually took time to be with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
Well, there we have it. I'm actually excited that our local artists are taking time to actually give back to the community. And also you mentioned something to say it's not only I've not given the money for our school leavers to only go and study abroad. We are also considering within, so which is a good thing. And he's mentioned that he also wants to work with his fellow artists so that they empower young people to actually get an education.
There's a saying that goes, you don't have money until you have money to be a blessing to other people other than yourself. So it's quite impressive. It's motivating, I think, even for other artists to get on board. It would be nice to have a situation where artists are able to collaborate, come together, because they do have the resources. Arts in Zambia has proven, if well managed, has proven to be a well-off paying career. And it's important to give back to the community, because those are the very communities where these same people are coming from. So empowering an individual today, you never know who they might turn out to be and the impact they might have in society. And it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. So we take a short break, but do join us on the other side as we still have more exciting stuff for you.
I'm Ambassador Frank Mutsabila. My 50 years journey in the media has now taken me to Camnet television. I'm very excited to join this amazing inner family. The importance of governance issues cannot be overemphasized. Every Tuesday at 20:45, I'll be going under the skin of a governance issue with my guest. I'll be interrogating the guest so that you can make an informed decision. I'll be coming on every Tuesday at 20:45 with Frank on Camnet.
Zambia, your time of spiritual revival and awakening is now. Once again, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chilua invites the nation of Zambia to a 2-day conference on the order of Melchizedek with Dr. Francis Miles. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Dates, 19th and 20th of March 2021. Saturday 14 hours to 18 hours. Sunday 09 hours to 12 hours. Make a date with us.
This is Camnet TV World News. For a prompt response, call +2609 53 995 099 or +2609 62 444 726 or +2609 711 77467. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on not just another channel. Camnet TV with me, Precious, and Liseli on the other side. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the program, we said we had a full fan-packed show for you on this Saturday morning. And also just joining me on set is the representative Zambia had at the Top Model World, okay, that just previously happened, and she was the 4th runner-up, which means Zambia is actually on the map with beauties. Yeah. But anyway, we can be part of the conversation as we call on with an interview on 0968 675 5273. 0968 675 5273. So now getting into our interview, Precious Ngoma, how does it feel being...
It feels great. It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Like a lot has been happening, so I'm just trying to take it all in and pace myself.
So now we're gonna do. I want you to introduce yourself. Like, my name is Precious Ngoma. I am, that thing that people do in there.
Am I looking at the camera?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Precious Ngoma and I am Top Model Zambia 2021.
Ish, guys, titles! But anyways, let's get into your experience when you went there. What country was it?
It was in Egypt.
It was in Egypt?
Yes.
How was your experience when you got there, the first day you got there?
The first day I got there was a really nice day. It was chilled because they had scheduled our arrivals for 3 days in a row. So I got there, I think, on the 2nd day, so we were still waiting for more contestants to come. So not everyone was there yet, at least the pressure wasn't mounting just yet. Yeah. So it was nice, like we just had free time, we got to go to the beach and just relax and, get to know each other with a few contestants who were there. So it was a nice, relaxed environment.
You didn't have some side eyes when you got there like,
No, it did not. Okay, it always happens secretly because you're trying to scope out the competition, you know what I mean? But I think we were few enough that we could just sit and just have fun and get to know each other.
Did you make some friends?
A lot of friends.
Great.
A lot.
So now that you have gotten this title, it's a very, very important one, considering the fact that we had different countries that were actually contesting, and you were the 4th among us, the top 5 models. What is your plan after that?
I think I just have to make sure I use my title to the benefit of not only myself, but those around me and those in my industry as well. So one of the things I want to do first with the title is host classes so that I can try to pass on the knowledge that I've acquired, not just in the past 2 weeks, but in the past years, because I've been in the modeling industry for quite some time. For quite some time. So I think if I keep the knowledge to myself, we won't grow as an industry. So I need to learn to pass on the baton and teach other people so that maybe in the future we can have a Miss Universe or even a Miss World.
Yeah, true. So for those of you that have just joining us, we're having a conversation with Precious Ngoma, who is actually the 4th runner-up at the top model of the world. Yes. Okay, so now for those that didn't have a chance to watch the event or didn't get a chance to actually check it out on her Facebook, here's something that actually happened where she was.
Number 15, Zambia! Precious Ngoma! In the top 5, and the last country competing in the top 5. Welcome, Zambia!
I just had goosebumps, like top model of the world. Like, weren't you nervous? Because
I wasn't. I was very ready to be there. Like, I was mentally prepared. Like, I knew what I went to do.
Are you serious? So how many categories did you have?
We just had 3 categories for the final night because there were so many of us. We can't have too many categories. And then what usually happens is they actually select the top 15 prior to the finale show because it's a 2-hour show, so they don't want to spend too much time trying to discuss exactly. So we still don't know who's in the top 15. Only the judges know, but they know early enough so that the program moves quicker in the evening.
Okay, so now let's talk about Zambian modeling industry. Do you think it is growing, or it's just one of those things that happen as a by the way, whereby there's a beauty pageant beside like the top model of the world, and then you start preparing the models that you already have to see and find out who is actually going to represent Zambia? Or maybe we have something that's currently going on continuous to keep our models in fit and also mentally prepared for such.
I think we're definitely growing because if you look at years ago, like we didn't even have a lot of like fashion shows and beauty pageants. If we had beauty pageants, it would just be like Miss Zambia once in a while. Miss Zambia was gone for a long period of time. So I think we're definitely evolving, but we could go a bit quicker. We're still very behind compared to other countries.
You know, I'm trying to look at how you're sitting. Even the way she's blinking, guys, is like different. I'm not even trying to exaggerate. She's sitting, and I don't think I can hold this for a long time. It's like I'm holding my stomach, and then it's just like, even the way she's blinking, like. So now getting into me talking about how you're seated or not, are there certain things that a normal person does that a model is not supposed to do? Just some funny stuff that you guys are actually subjected to being a model.
I mean, definitely, there's a way you're supposed to eat. You know, like, I don't even notice. People always notice that I'm eating and my makeup, like my lipstick is not messed up. Like, it's still intact. It's still proper. Like, just...
We eat the lipstick, literally.
Exactly. Like, small things, because you find that maybe you've been invited for an event or a gig. You won't always be able to just get up and go fix your makeup and all that. So you have to eat in a certain way. So even sitting, like, there's a certain way of, even just a lady in general, as opposed to being, there you go. And I love the eye. You're giving me fears.
Wrong. So now it's good that you're starting these classes to actually pass on the knowledge that you learned where you went, which was in Egypt. So when is it starting? And there's that model that's an upcoming model, and they don't know where to start from. And they would love to be part of that. They've never modeled before. Are you targeting a certain group of models, or maybe it's just anyone that wants to learn?
Just anyone that wants to learn. And you know, there's still so much going on right now, so I haven't even sat down to finalize the venue because I'm working on a syllabus. I want to have a proper class. I don't want to just talk about just the walking aspect of it, because it takes more than just a proper walk and a good look. So I just need to create a syllabus first, and then find a venue, find a few sponsors, just plan it properly so that they benefit. I want them to really enjoy and benefit and walk away with like gift hampers and lessons.
I think I want to be part of that. I heard the hampers part.
So I want it to be like a proper class. And I don't want it to just be one class. I want to even have maybe like 4 different classes where we learn about different things. And then finally have like maybe a final fashion show at the end to just see if they can put into place what they've learned.
Oh, okay, so now apart from this, what other things does Precious Ngoma do?
Oh, a lot.
I know you're a brand ambassador for a wig company, a brand ambassador for some beverage company. What else?
I am also, I don't know if I should say, because I'm keeping it a surprise. Certain things I'm keeping a surprise, but
if it's a surprise, don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. It's just
spoil it. But I'll come back to talk about it, because I'm sure you'll call me. It's going to be another accomplishment. But there's something I've currently been working on extensively, and I'm almost done. So it takes up a lot of my time. It's in the pipeline.
Okay, so now before we let you go, first of all, congratulations. I forgot to say that at the beginning. It's such a huge seat to take, considering the fact that we're different beauty queens from across the world, and you came out the 4th run-up, so which means you were not the other side. And it's just good that you're up amongst the top 5 models of the world. So now, before we let you go, what are your closing remarks to that young model, to the person that's watching right now, and just everyone at large?
Just for everyone, I would like to tell them to utilize their talents. You know, sometimes people won't see what your talents or how far they can take you, but just invest in your talents, but then also invest in your education, because the two tally, they go together, you know. Even if you're a young model, if you're going to go and try to seek sponsorship from companies, you have to be able to hold a conversation long enough to convince them to sponsor you, because these are companies, big companies, and they...
Dates, 19th and 20th of March 2021. Saturday 14 hours to 18 hours, Sunday 09 hours to 12 hours. Make a date with us.
Welcome back. I've actually learned how to sit. Maybe in the future I might be Miss Zambia or some sort.
With that appetite, I'm not too sure.
Hey, they shared. But anyways, for those of you that have just joined us, unfortunately we have come to the end of the show.